went to check my lobster traps the other day and finally we had a couple keepers. We ended up fishing till well after dark and then finally going over to the traps. Pretty close. Ah, too small. There we go. Looks good. Hey, we got a keeper. Look at the weird claw. Look at that weird claw. So we thought we'd bring them back, cook them up, show you how to break them down and get the most out of your lobster. First thing we gotta do, put on some water. Just enough so you can steam it, not boiling it. Stay. If you can and you're doing this by the ocean, use salt water from the sea. It tastes pretty good. If not, we got a little bit of sea salt right here. We'll just salt our water a little bit. You don't want a lot of water though because you're not boiling them, you're just trying to steam them. Stay. Oh, we're waiting for that to come to a boil. Let's see how strong he is. Hot dog? Boom, no problem.
That's it. Mazel tov.
Wow, how about the carrot? Boom. Once your water comes to a boil, we're gonna take our little fellas here and toss them in to the pot and hold down the lid. They get a little carried away sometimes. And it's been about 12 minutes now. Let's check and see if they're done. And like that, if the antenna comes off fairly easily, oh, that one really, really easily, they're ready to go. Oh, don't those look just delicious? Oh, those are cooling off. We'll heat up a little bit of butter. My favorite butter is just this Amish log. This stuff is so good. You want to warm this up on low because you want it to clarify and not brown. Once your butter's clear, toss it into the bowl. First thing I like to do is break the tail off here. Just work it back and forth till she breaks off. And usually I'm doing this while it's still really hot and I don't want to miss out on anything. Oh, we need a discarding pole. Something to throw your compost in is always good to have in hand. And I just try to shake out a little bit of the water and you break off the back piece of the tail fins. Set those over there. And then you can just push the tail out of the body, the rear end here.
Wait. What did he just say?
The rear end here.
It's a touch dark, my love, but never mind.
If it's a harder lobster, you'll have to hold it like this with fingers on both sides and pull that tail, cracking it open and loosening it up before you can press the piece of meat out. We'll just set the tail piece right there. And work on cutter claws. Set the head over here for a minute. We'll come back to that. And then with the claws, the first thing I do is break off this one first claw right here. This is the ultimate lobster picker. The lobsters each come with their own lobster picker on the cutter claw. So take that off first to use that to pick out your meat. And if it's a soft shell, boom, they break right apart, and then you can break apart each of the knuckle joints. And these ones are pretty soft, nice shedders, which I personally think tastes better than a hard shell lobster. Look at that, the meats are coming right out of it, each one. There's our claw right there. When it comes to claws, if they are a harder shell, a simple crack about this spot here, or taking a knife, chopping it and giving it a turn, and pulling out your claw fully intact, right there. Remove that piece off of there, and pull it free of that little piece of cartilage that's in the center. So you grab onto that piece once it's free and slide it off of that little piece of cartilagey bit. You don't want to be eating that. You notice right here on the piece of meat, his claw is a little bit messed up because when he was soft, he probably got in a fight with another lobster and he took some damage. And there's one little piece right here that we can fish out with our little picker. Now back to our tail, which you can just eat it the way it is, but you can also pull off this one little strip across the top that's been sticking out and very gently pull it back, and then you'll see that there is a poop trail in the lobster. There's nothing wrong with eating that. Some people get picky and they pull it out. I tend to just do it just because it breaks it up into a couple smaller pieces and you get more out of your lobster. You can just rinse that off in a little bit of water on the side, or rinse it off in your butter until you're happy with it. That strip right there and the tail are my favorite pieces. Most people stop with just the claws, the knuckles, and that, but there is other meat inside the lobster. So when your friends walk away and leave this behind, you can get a little more meat out of this. I like to sometimes add it to some ramen later or make a little lobster roll for myself. If you have 6 lobsters, you got about enough of the leavings from just these things that people haven't eaten to make one lobster roll. For these back fins, the center one already came out, and the 2 side ones here, you're just gonna break them apart as gently as you can, and you'll see there's a chunk of meat at the top. This is a lot easier with a soft shell than a hard shell, and if you can get right onto it gently, you'll pull 2 pieces of meat right out of there. It's not a lot, but with several lobsters, you can get quite a bit. This might be a good spot for a nice pair of kitchen scissors. Or a secret method, a little rolling pin action, helps break it loose as well. Now for the rest of the little legs, break off the back end of the bigger arms. There's a nice chunk of meat in there. Don't confuse that with the gills. These little bits here that are a little tough, but the gills, you'll know them if you put them in your mouth. They're not very edible. Here's a little picker claw. Then under the hood, pull that back. We got tamuli, which is this green stuff here. All the stuff that the lobster's been eating and digesting creates this stuff called tamuli. And then you just take that with your thumb and push that out of there. Some people love this. I tend to eat it like if I'm doing this kind of more of a survival-y adventure thing. Once you got this piece free, all of those back end where the legs were attached, there's still little teeny pieces in there. And the big difference is between the hard shell and the soft shell, there's gonna be a lot more in the hard shell, and there's very little in these ones, the soft shells, but the meat is super good. And if you get in there and just take the time and keep breaking it apart and pulling out the pieces, you can pick all of that out of there. That right there is from where the legs attached, little bits of meat that most people go by. That's a whole mouthful. So with the legs, you could take them and you could just chew on them and suck the meat out of them. But if you're gonna do something else with it, and if you have one, a roller is the trick for this. I lay them out like 2 at a time and get them on there, and then just roll the roller down the legs towards where they were attached to the body, and you'll get a bunch of meat out of them. And usually, if you're good at it, you get it in one piece. I almost think this canning jar works better than the roller. So this is what everybody usually gets out of their lobster, and very few people ever go this far and get the rest of the body, the legs, and the fins out of there. That's what you could be munching on as well. I never go this far without eating a piece of lobster, so this was hard to break it down without eating one beforehand. But here's to our little lobster friend here. Dip it in the butter and go to town. Some people like to put garlic in their butter when they warm it up. I like it just plain butter, claw. So good, so good. If you got some crackers, it's always a novelty to share it with your friends, this tamale. It's really good. My favorite bit, the tail. And I don't know what it is that makes the tail so much more flavorful. I feel like it's a little bit more dense. It reminds me a little bit of alligator. And it's just got a little bit different of a flavor than the claw. I have a 5-trap lobster license, so it's pretty cool that I'm able to do this during the summers, and sometimes even during the winters. That's usually when I catch my bigger ones. Unfortunately, lobsters aren't that easy of a thing that you can just go out and catch and cook them in most places. Florida, you can dive for them, and we've done that, but they don't have claws, and they don't taste as good in Florida, I don't think. Not as good as a Maine lobster. But you can definitely order them online from different places, get a lobster no matter where you are, and give it a try yourself. They're so good, you're not gonna wanna miss this. If you've never had a lobster before, get your hands on a lobster, cook it up, and enjoy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
Oh man, that's good. Pass the butter. Oh, no more pain where you are now, boy. A pinchy.